So now this is part 2 of your low back pain guide. If you remember the other video I sent you before, I went through steps 1 through 4. So if you need to review those, go ahead and please see the other email. But here, step number 5, I put onto the guide talking about your posture, right? You want to make adjustments to your posture. Now, this one's going to be hard to do on yourself because it oftentimes takes a third person to be able to look at how your posture is and to be able to know what adjustments to make. But if there's something we can try to do quickly to be able to help get you in a better posture, one thing I oftentimes tell patients to do is to use a wall. The wall being flat, I want your spine to be on a flatter position because flat is going to be neutral. When lumbar spines are neutral, oftentimes there's no additional pressures in certain parts of your spine that could potentially further increase inflammation or get re-inflamed over time or with different positions. So knowing if you're in a good posture should be able to help give your spine a chance to be able to heal itself. So one thing I'll tell patients to do is I want you to stand against the wall, put your heels against the wall, try to flatten out your back, and then bring your shoulder blades back and then your head back. Now it's actually really hard to do because most people's spines aren't that adjustable in a way that they can be able to contour their body to the wall. But I want you to try to do it as best you can. All right. So what I want you to do is heels to the wall, flatten out your back first. You might need to tuck in your tailbone to be able to do that. Most people, when they tuck in the tailbone, they'll bend their knees a lot, but you want to try and see if you can keep the knees to be relatively straight, right? And then after the back is somewhat, you don't think about the back has to be flat, but flatter than it was before. You can bring the shoulder blades back, right, to get that shoulder posture there. And then what happens is I want you to start to slowly bring your head back. Now, I don't want you to force anything, right? So that's why I said before is that I want your back to be flatter. It doesn't have to be flat against the wall, right? Same thing with the shoulder blades, flatter up against the wall, but doesn't have to be connected to the wall per se. And then the head needs to go back as far as you can go to a point where you don't have to force it, right? Because if you're forcing it, chances are you're also maybe going to be aggravating some of your pain at the same time. Now, if you're doing this and it hurts, I would suggest don't do it. But if you're doing it, it doesn't cause pain. By getting to that position, then we can come off of that wall and see if you can maintain that position in a relaxed position too, right? I want you to think about turning on your abs and holding your shoulder blades back to be able to hold that position. I want you to get to this position, readjust your body, and then see if you can come off of that, maintain that position in a relaxed state. By adding muscular activation, oftentimes that is what we call a holding pattern. That's also not really good for your spine or other body parts potentially, because by using your muscles to hold everything in place, you're going to be overactivating those muscles. I need you to be able to reposition your body in a relaxed state, and that way you'll be able to have a position where your body can be in not irritated, and hopefully doesn't re-inflame areas within your body. All right, so go ahead and try that out and see how that works. I don't expect you to have immediate pain relief, but it's something that you can be practiced over a day or two. Hopefully you can start seeing some changes. So all our patients that come into our clinic, first on day 1, we always have to start off with an evaluation. And based off the evaluation, we get an idea of what type of treatment we want to do, what exercises we want to give. But what I've noticed is that oftentimes when patients come in with a lot of back pain, I'm going to give a lot of similar exercises in the very beginning. Just because they're very gentle and I don't really want to irritate things. So these are my top 3 exercises I'm going to give to every patient with acute low back pain. Now, the first one's going to be single knee to chest. What I want you to do is bring your knee up toward your chest, right? And start there, right? Remember, every exercise should not be painful. So you want to bring that knee up as high as you can without aggravating pain. If you start having pain down here and anything higher than that causes more pain, this is where you stop. So I want you to bring it up as high as you can before the onset of pain. Let's say you're here and the pain is still not there. We can make the stretch a little more aggressive by straightening out the other leg. So I want you to sit there and hold it. Make sure you keep breathing. Hold for about 30 seconds. The next exercise is going to be double knee to chest, right? So it's going to bring both knees up towards your chest. You can either grab behind the knees or the thighs here. You can also grab on top of the knees, your choice, whatever is more comfortable for you, right? Same rules apply. You want to bring the knees up as high as you can before the onset of pain. There you have pain, you want to back off. Again, hold that for about 30 seconds too. Make sure you continue to breathe while you do the exercise. The last one is going to be our lower trunk rotation. So feet and knees are together. What you want to do is slowly bring your knees out to the side and again, stop when you start having pain. So I have no issues with you going from here, and if all you got is 10 degrees before the onset of pain, that's all you go. You just want to make sure pain dictates how far you want to go. So you're going to go as far as you can until either your legs stop moving or spine stops moving, or you have onset of pain. And I actually want you to hang out there again for 30 seconds, continue to breathe, and you want to repeat the other way. Don't be surprised if one direction you can go very far, but the other direction is not as flexible. That's very common. All right. So go ahead and start with those 3 exercises to help manage your back pain. Step 7, contact your physical therapist. And the earlier step, which was step 3, I said contact your physician, especially if you had a mechanism of injury. But maybe you're someone who doesn't have a primary care physician in the area, or an orthopedic surgeon, or other doctors to be able to talk to, right? Maybe because you just moved to the area, or you just never had a doctor begin, or your doctor retired recently, so you don't have someone to refer to, right? Don't hesitate to come and contact the clinic, right? You can always contact us through email, through our website. You can always call and see if this is something that that physical therapy might be an option to be able to help manage your pain, right? Depending on how you answer some of our questions, we can help dictate, hey, you need to see a physician, or this is something we can work on, or maybe refer out to a different specialist possibly to be able to help figure out what's going on with you, right? But no matter what, you're going to need some type of medical advice, and hopefully we can be able to answer your questions and be able to make you figure out what the best decision is for you. Step number 8 would be to drink more water. Us Americans tend to not drink enough water because we're just too busy, constantly working, taking care of other people. So we don't really think about what we need to do for ourselves and how to nourish ourselves. So the simple thing of trying to do is drink water. So water is not coffee, it's not soda, it's not milk, just clear water. Right? What I want you to think about is drinking roughly 1 cup per 20 pounds of your body weight. And I'll say that's the minimum. More would be the better. What I do personally is I actually try to drink a gallon throughout the entire day. It's really tough, right? But because I've been doing that, I really feel a lot better. I'm not as hungry throughout the day. I feel like I have a little bit more energy. But it takes a lot of work to be able to make sure you're drinking a full gallon throughout the day, right? But our body is mostly made out of water, so you want to be able to make sure you're hydrating your body, because our muscle tissue, our fascial tissue, the joint fluids within our body, everything is just water, right? So the more water you can have, the better chance our body will be able to nourish itself, be able to regenerate new tissue growth, right? And then be able to continue with the healing rate. So that concludes our low back pain guide. Hopefully all this information was able to help you make the best decision possible for you. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. You can reply to the emails that we're sending to you, and you can always ask your questions there, right? Or we can maybe set up some time to be able to talk, whatever works best for you, right? But I want you to be able to know that there's gonna be someone out there that'll be able to help answer your questions, be able to help out with you and your situation. Thank you.